Christ's final instructions were to make disciples of all peoples on the planet. And in the last 2,000 years, we've made a lot of progress, but there's still work to be done. In Revelation 7:9, John had a vision of people from every tribe, tongue, and nation worshiping God around his throne.
Today, we can play a part in making that vision a reality.
We have more than 600 English Bible translations at our fingertips. Yet many languages don't even have a single translation of God's Word to hold in their hands.
They don't have a Bible anywhere.
Actually, there's over 2,000 language groups left without God's Word in their language, and many of these are located in the most remote and forgotten places on the globe. Everyone should have access to God's Word in their language.
Hi, we're the Crabtrees. Our family's moving to Papua New Guinea. We finished more than 4 years of biblical and cross-cultural training with New Tribes Mission.
Papua New Guinea is an island about the size of California, located right above Australia. But on this island alone, there's over 850 distinct languages. And how many of these tribal people have been begging for missionaries for years and years. And for years and years, many of these pleas have gone unanswered.
We're going to tell them about Jesus.
We'll be moving into an unreached tribal group with 2 other families to church plant and translate the Bible into their language.
Our team will be ministering in the highlands along the country's central mountain range. Roads are completely non-existent into this tribe. The only way in or out will be via bush plane.
I love flying in planes.
First, we'll move into one of their villages and build our bush houses. Then we'll begin the very important process of learning their language and culture. Now, this is going to take several years to accomplish, but it's incredibly important so that we can share God's talk in their heart language.
The people we'll be working with don't have a written language, so part of our job will be to develop one and teach them how to read and write. Literacy is important because we want them to be able to read and study God's Word for themselves.
We'll teach from creation to Christ over a period of several months so that by the time we get to the gospel, their hearts will be prepared. They'll understand who God is, why He created them, why they're separated from God because of their sin, and why Redeemer is necessary to mend that broken relationship.
We'll also be translating God's Word into their tribal language for the very first time, and then continue the process of discipleship for new tribal believers.
We want to work ourselves out of a job by training up tribal evangelists, elders, and Bible teachers.
Our ministry is a task commitment, not a time commitment.
We're just believers who trust that God is big enough to work through us to accomplish His deeds and His purposes and to spread His fame. We still have fears, but we know God's in control.
I would say probably my biggest fear in moving overseas is bringing these 2 little girls with me, just because there's not good access to medical care, they could get sick, all these different things, but I mean, we're just so confident that God is calling us to do this that, I mean, we know He's going to be there for us no matter what happens, and He's going to guide us as a family.
This task is way bigger than us, and that's the point. God designed the Great Commission to be completed by the whole church working together, with everyone doing their part. God hasn't called all of us to move to the jungle, but He has asked that we all get involved.